Morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, I guess it's not morning, is it? Okay, in my defense, I'm adjusting to a new time zone. Trying to get my schedule set up, trying to get everything organized, all that good stuff, right? So, I'm going to have to get up earlier. I do understand that to catch the morning. Uh, but I don't just jump online first thing, right? So we all have good morning. We all have things that we do first thing in the morning, right? Oh, we're going to talk about ritual this morning. Okay, great. Um, we all have things that we do. I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but I guess we do know what we're going to talk about. Good morning, everybody. Hold on. Let me try and get coffee before it spills on me. Okay. It's like a balancing act from the other end of the house, bringing the coffee into the office, right? Because the dogs think they take it as a personal mission. It is my personal mission to see if we can trip mom with the coffee or spill any, because I don't like to spill any, right? Because just because I want to have to clean up the floor. But the dogs are like, let me lay here. Thusly I shall lay right in front of you. Buford. It's Buford. You know it is. It's all Buford. So, anyways, this morning we're going to talk about ritual, and I didn't understand that we were going to talk about that, so I'm not prepared. I don't have my notes, but that's okay. Tripping is what they do best, absolutely, every day in every way. And they've taken to digging in the rental house in the backyard because I guess the dirt's fun. I don't know what to do about it. And the landlady is amazing. And she's like, is there anything you'd like? And Sam's like, I would like a little path to the arroyo. I'm like, really? You asked her for a stone path? And so they're building it. It's really cool. Anyways, incredible landlady. I don't want them to dig up their yard. Anyways, so what we're going to talk about is Lisa's ritual, anybody's ritual, actually. We need to start thinking about the things that we do to make our day happy and beneficial, right? So I've really been looking and I've been researching ceremonies and rituals and things more. Yeah, dumb diggers. I'm telling you, this is driving me nuts. Not ceremony so much because ceremony is a different thing than ritual. Rituals are things that we do daily that we just get set in stone as yeah, Diana had one that would lay and she'd just trip over it. It's so fun, isn't it? It's so fun. So when it comes to ritual, I know you heard me probably say before, move your coffee pot, right? And our brain is geared towards repetitive thinking. If we do something over and over and over again, and what do they say after 60 days or after 60 days of doing something is a new pattern for you and that you'll probably stick with it, right? Well, when I need to establish a new pattern, so I get up before 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock central. But we worked all weekend and we ran all weekend. Sam got a new car this weekend because we absolutely had a necessity for one. um, Lily, our truck, Lily Von Stupp, she decided to hang a rotor and she's limping along at the moment. So we can't take her back and forth. So Sam needed something to go back and forth so I could have a vehicle. So he got himself a cute little vroom vroom, whatever. How do you move something when your husband would put you back? Oh, why do you move it? I know, right? Your husband. Oh, I know. I understand. Move the coffee pot. He's gonna put it back. See, what happens is when we have rituals that we do daily. I know that I try to. When I get out of bed, the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a shower, or I'm gonna let the dogs out. Oh, it depends on whether they're asking to go out. And that's what I'm gonna do every single day. Because if I don't go take a shower, my hair looks like I changed the car oil with my hair. So I have extremely oily hair. So I take a shower. You guys didn't even know that. I take a shower. And then I go, I try to do Qigong. I try to. And then I try to get online and I really try to do better about getting online. But normally what affects this whole thing, right, is the time I get up. If my time isn't set up, and since we're always moving time zones, it makes it really difficult. Since I actually set my brain against Eastern Standard Time, believe it or not. My brain is set to Eastern Standard Time. So if I'm not up at a certain time, then I feel like I'm really, really late throughout the course of the day because our main home is in Eastern Standard Time. I think about the kids and contacting them. So if one thing is off, like our time zone, then and my get up time, then it messes up my whole day. So it's part of a ritual. It is part of a ritual. The time I get up is part of a ritual that generally needs to be adjusted by where we're living in the moment. So, what is it that you do that is part of a ritual each morning? I mean, do you have something set that you do? Do you meditate? This is something I'm going to try and incorporate into my ritual. I'm going to start getting up earlier so that I can actually get in some meditation time. Although while I'm doing Qigong, I'm meditating anyways, and I'm actually doing energy work at the same time. But I want to add in some dedicated meditation time to just sit and talk to my guides. So, but there's some things that we could do to really improve improve our quality of flow within our body within our morning couple hours, right? We have good morning, everybody. Good morning. We have things that we could do to adjust our day according to how we start our day. Who, when they get up late, feels great? If you wake up an hour later than what you wanted to, does that feel great, or do you feel like you lost an hour? That's part of how we do it, how we gauge our day about how we. I had a crappy morning, and I'm not saying I had a crappy morning because I didn't. But somebody that gets up and is not feeling rested and they skip out on some things in their ritual, they start their day and they say, I had a crappy morning. Then what are they doing? They're setting the tone for the whole day. So it's really beneficial for us to create a wonderful ritual for it in the morning. Feels like you wasted an hour. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I feel like this is just me, you guys, and I don't know if you've heard Sam say, I will go, 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 go. I will go until midnight unless he goes, okay, we're done. Let's stop for the day. Um, I think of sleep as a waste of time. I will be getting ready for bed, going to if he's not home, I will be going to get in bed, and I'll go, this is such a waste of time. I could do right? So I have to keep myself within a ritual to make sure I'm not overextending my mental capacity for the day, because I could be tired, lay down in bed, have a million things go through my head, not be tired now, get up and go do something. So, it's good to stay within their ritual, right? Before I get my coffee, I go to weigh myself, then I get coffee. Yeah, if I have a scale at the house, I will weigh myself pretty consistently, just because I am judging what I'm eating on how do I go forward. Um, Good morning. I don't watch anything. I don't watch anything on television. I would be tired all day if I tried to meditate before I'm fully awake. Yeah, I can understand that, Lisa. I can understand that. And a lot of people think harshly of themselves because they go to meditate and they fall asleep, right? And actually, what I'm here to say is that is actually wonderful. The only difference between the theta meditation and delta meditation is that delta meditation is a really, really, really deep meditation where you haven't taught yourself yet how to stay above and into theta, where you're remembering your meditation. So when you go to sleep and you're doing a meditation, you're actually just dropping your brain waves a little bit too deep into meditation. There's my husband. Good morning, Mr. Fry. Dropping yourself a little too far deep into meditation. So it's not a bad thing to fall asleep when you're meditating. It's just a different type of meditation. Your cat sits with you while you drink your coffee. Absolutely. I get up depending on how it goes during the night. My habit is a huge series of depends. Last night was horrible, but I got up at 8 a.m. last night with pain. I understand. Yeah, a lot of people have to gauge their morning on how they slept, right? When when we moved here, Sam and I are both saying our sleep patterns are not as great. Our sleep patterns are not as rejuvenating, and that is a problem. And we're going to be working on that. I think it's the bed, actually. You slept horribly last night. Yeah, we're having a bed issue. So Tonight's class is on the second part of the business end of intuition. These classes are really just geared towards the really important stuff that is going to help you leapfrog forward. Okay. They're not totally all inclusive. If I was to do a totally all inclusive class, I'm going to have to, I was sitting doing this class the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about, there's only so much we can get into these classes. So these are the upper echelon of things we need to discuss, the things that are going to create an incredible environment for someone to step forward, work intuitively if this is your job, or if this is what you want to make your job, to be prosperous, right? To put out to everybody that, hey, I am. Good morning, Sarah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Sarah X. She's from YouTube. We put out there that we want them to think of us as a dependable person, of somebody that's not hokey out there just running around on the street corner reading palms, right? That is not what an intuitive in this day and age does. We're very deeply spiritual, and we want that to reflect in our public aspect as well. So that is what these classes are about. This is part two. The first part is already in the library. You guys can go watch that first part. I have zero routine. I decided to do this for myself the first year of retirement. Yes, absolutely, Dolores. Absolutely. It is now getting old, and I'm sleeping later than I like. Time for a shift. And you know that, though, right? So isn't that part of it? That is part of that growth. You're like, okay, I see where having routine does help. I always felt like I was wasting my days if I didn't do anything. Would clean and do the laundry on Fridays after work so I wouldn't waste my weekends cleaning. I would always go too. Couldn't just sit and watch TV, had to be doing something as I watched. Then my body stopped me dead in my tracks. Understood. At 50, I've decided to take care of my body better. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was the funniest thing. I met the real estate or the landlady for the first time the other day, and we're standing on the porch talking, and she just kept like looking at my hair. She goes, "I'm so sorry. I just didn't expect your hair to be purple." So funny. She goes, I'm having a hard time getting past it." It cracked me up. I was like, okay. It's been this way for a while. I need to go find someone here in Santa Fe that does a good razor cut. Veda used to be go, go, go. Yeah, our body has a way to say that's enough, right? That's enough. Glory spirits. I used to have a summer schedule so I didn't get lazy. Not this year. Good morning, Tara. Good morning. I believe Tara's new. So everybody welcome Tara. She was so funny. It was so funny. She's just like, she did. She's super honest. She was so super honest. She's like, first of all, I'm surprised at how big the dog is. Because Odin is on the larger side of the Great Danes. And then the hair through her. I was like, okay. Yeah, huge lesson, right, Vedra? Now you have to ask for help. Our path does get laid down in front of us, doesn't it? Where we're like, okay, I'm super efficient, and then somebody said, our body says, hey, our guides say, hey, let's slow down. Let's slow down. So you see me, I was waiting for something because I was like, right, somebody talking. I'm like, what are we talking about? I don't know. We're going to talk about this new deck of cards that I have because I did get quite a few new decks. We're going to pull some, right? We're going to pull some because I have a small problem. Oh, my new desk comes today. It's supposed to come today, which means 6 hours of putting my new desk together. It might not happen today because I have class night. Who on earth are you barking at? You can't even see out the window. You need a handyman, not doing things anymore. I love having a handyman. I really do. We had one in Oklahoma that I can call and go, hey, you want to do drywall? I had one in Ohio and then he disappeared. Sam's session last night. I I have to tell you guys, I was reading the comments later in the evening and I was cracking up because there was a point when I was laughing a little bit. And but his healing sessions are amazing. From here on out, I think we're going to do them a little bit differently. This was I was surprised because I was out working in the garage and he goes, this is before I come in the house, and the bed was set up and I was like, wait, what? I get a healing session? Thank you so much for sharing, Nancy. You know I appreciate it. You know I love you. If everybody could share one time, it'd be great. Oh, I was trying not to laugh for a couple times. I was trying not to laugh, just because it is. I'm not usually the one on the table, right? I'm not usually the one. Um, oh, you need gutters clean. Yeah, don't do that yourself. I'm not usually the one on the table, and I have a really hard time decompressing and relaxing. So, for me to be laying there, I did zen out for quite a while. And then when he went to the feet, I couldn't help it. Yes, I'm pulling cards here in a minute. So but it was really incredible grounding session. All that black tourmaline. Oh my goodness, you guys. And matter of fact, that black tourmaline I'll be putting in the store today. I'm working very diligently on getting the store open. Yeah, those black tourmalines were falling all over the place for a sec. Okay. Okay, so this is the Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell, right? My camera decided to work today. I love that, Lori. She says, I figured out I'm 60 now. I don't have to do stuff. It's important, right? It's important that we learn our limitations sometimes. And as we get older, we do have limitations. We can't help it. We can't help it. I want my bike here. And I'm going, Lisa, is that going to be too much for your back to go biking? Because we have a trail down the Rio Grande. And I'm like, I don't know, but I might as well try, right? Or, oh, here's a great limitation, you guys. Here, let me pull a collective card. Then I'm going to tell you one of my limitations. It's not actually a limitation. It's a self-limiting belief. I have a self-limiting belief. And you guys will think it's funny. Maybe. First collective card for today is all about beautiful. Do not, and this is so hard, right? Don't dim who you are. Don't dim your light to fit in. This is what we do as teenagers, right? As teenagers, we'll do Mr. Fry. As teenagers, we are always trying to fit in. We're trying to fit in with the, oh, and I have a huge story about this, but I don't know if I should go into a huge story. It's not a huge story, but it's a story. Don't dim to fit in, because you know what? In the long run, who you are is beautiful, and we have a heart. You can tell my camera's up here and my computer's down here. Who we are is beautiful, and the sooner that we realize that we have so much more than what people are telling us, because this is what this is. If you're not dimming to fit in, you're not doing what other people say. This is what's the thing, right? So listen to your own intuitive guidance. You know what would happen if we taught our kids to appreciate themselves and meditate and feel their sacred power? As my guide said, sacred power, right? Don't dim yourself to fit in. Don't dim yourself. It's not going to serve you. And I'm going to tell you a story, and it is done in love. You believe me, you guys, it is done in love. One of my very best friends in this lifetime is struggling. And she is a high school friend. And good morning, Chandra. She is a high school friend, and she was the mean girl in school. Okay, we weren't the most popular people, but in our clique, she was the mean girl. And more than one time, more than one time, she made me feel this tall. And we did not have a lot when I was growing up. Both myself and Sam, we didn't have a lot when we grew up. There was a lot more want than there was abundance. And so she took advantage of that, and she took advantage of On the Road to Sedona. Sending love and light, girl. I'm so jealous, so jealous. So more than once, she took advantage of that, and she really had a huge role to play in who I felt as a person. Because as that mean girl, right? When we're in high school and we're in middle school, we're always trying to fit in with the crowd, right? And she set the tone. And she was just going to be this amazing person, and she is an amazing person. She really is. But she just doesn't realize it. And she's just now starting to realize how amazing she is. Just now. Now, mind you, when we were in school, she thought she was the shit, right? And then life kicked her in the ass profoundly. Profoundly. And her and I have been chatting a little bit more. She's been very, very depressed. And she is now wheelchair bound, and she has all of these things that she feels have set her back, and she has a bit of anger. She has a lot of anger about all these things. And I actually sat down with her the other day, and by the way, I am that friend. I am that friend. You can ask a lot of my friends, and I'll be like, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm going to tell you exactly what the problem is, and you can either choose to fix it per what your guides are saying, or you can continue down the same path and create a ritual of self-destruction. That's why we're talking about rituals today. Thank you. So it is part of what we think about ourselves. It is a part of how we behave, right? How we move forward in life. 3 days ago, her divorce was final. And I told her, watch The Secret. And I even said to her, I know you're not where you thought you were going to be in this lifetime. I know you don't think you're amounting to what you think you should be amounting to. But is it your own limiting beliefs that are taking you there? Is it your own belief of what somebody else, are you trying to fit? Because here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. She, if I can find that card, was living her childhood according to what people told her was perfection. She was leading her life in those formative years based on what somebody told her was perfect. So and so may not be as pretty or have as much money, so maybe you might not want to be friends with them. They're not good enough, which is exactly what I know was happening in my childhood with her. So she was living to this, which gave her a false sense of what perfection was. She was trying to lead to perfection to somebody else's beliefs instead of her own, which led her down a totally different path. She's learning these lessons now. Now, at 50, she's learning, holy crap, I've been living an illusion. I've been living according to what somebody else told me was perfection. And what did it do? It set her backwards on her journey because she listened too well. She listened to somebody else's version of her truth, of what should be truth. She was listening to their version of truth, not her own. And boy, did we have some wild times as children because of it. But she is going to do wonderful now. I said, watch The Secret, for crying out loud, watch The Secret. And I would appreciate it if everybody would send her some love and light and kindness. And you're going to see her on my mystical life every once in a while, because I'm going to be asking for prayers for her daughter. Her daughter has something like 50 seizures a day, and she's having to deal with this as a single mom now. And we'll be asking for lots of love and light and prayers for her, for both of them, because they all need a little strength right now, a lot of strength. Her daughter's going to go for brain surgery. So it is just an amazing to be able to sit back and see how things change for people based on the scope of thought. Are you going to grow beyond what you were set out to as the beginning, or are you going to? CBD isn't touching it, Kelly. They're actually talking about lobotomy. Believe it or not, they've been struggling with this for years now, and she can't even function. It's so sad. It's so sad. Rick Simpson oil. I know that she's tried. I know she's tried it. Yeah, you have. Sometimes we have to tell people the things that they need to hear, right? Yeah, it is. It is. But hopefully this will help her. Hopefully. The view of other people's, I lost it. The views of other people's opinions of me were always wrong. Always, right? We know who we are. I thought they were negative, but most people show you in a positive light. Isn't that amazing? So if you were to get on your page and ask people, describe me in one short paragraph, what would they say? I don't do it because I'm terrified. Because I don't know, I still have childhood issues. They wanted me to give me shock therapy for suicidal ideation. Yeah, good. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad. That sounds terrifying. I was picked on when I was in school. Funny thing is they try to talk to me. I know, right? Now I just look at them and tell them they were never my friend then and not now. Let me tell you what I did. When Facebook first opened, I have this intuitive brain, right? Things come in one side and out the other. I just don't pay any attention. Now, as a child, I paid attention. And one of the very first Facebook friends I had was Matt Greeno. And his name was out there, and I went, oh, I know him. So I friend requested him, right, from high school. And after a while, it was like 6 months, and we were chatting back and forth, and he says to me, I was so shocked to see your friend request. And I said, why? I mean, we went to high school together. Why? And he goes, I tortured you mercilessly on the bus. And I thought back about it, and I went, well, yeah, I think you did. And he goes, why would you even talk to me? And I said, I don't know, am I 12? That's no, Diana, that's not saying anything at all. But I just, because I couldn't remember it. I didn't remember it at all. And let me tell you, I pick on, oh my goodness, pick on is just an understatement of what I received as a child. um, but I just didn't remember his name. I didn't associate his name with that brutal, really was brutal picking that we received as children. So I just kind of let it go. And he went and toured Scotland, and he was sending all these pictures. It was great. It was wonderful. And I kind of look back and I go, once again, these were children that were taught something else, right? These were children that were taught that this was okay behavior and were not corrected at home, because I can guarantee you that this was taken to the principal, because my mom was not one to lay down, and say nothing, because my mom, ruthless. Make sure that Mr. Fry didn't need me. But they weren't corrected at home. I don't know. I just don't pay attention anymore. Some of the worst people in high school, I just kind of watch now, and I go, now I do have a couple that I watch and I go, okay, well, that ain't what whatever. But I try not to let that block me up, because it's not necessary. Okay. Yes, they are. Some of them are same as adults, so I will agree. Some of them are same because they haven't gotten past some of the things that they were taught, right? They haven't moved any further, so they're going to just redo. They'll just redo. My mom, you guys. I talk about my mom here and there, but I gotta tell you, my mom, when I was in school, she was on it. She was on it. She did not. I got suspended 3 times for fighting, mostly defending myself, basically, right? And every single time it was against a boy, and she would go to the office and she's like, "You're gonna suspend her for," she was band mom. She was pretty good. She was good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes parents need to step in. This is correct, Vedra. My parents thought I should beat the crap out of one or two. Just couldn't. Just not how to be. Now, I was picked on mercilessly in middle school. Mercilessly. And I had this one girl, Nikki. She would not leave me alone. And every once in a while, don't you just have that little bit of rage that just builds up? And she pushed me against the lockers. It was I was in the last year of middle school. She pushed me against the lockers, and this is the first time I think I really felt my personal power. I think I really kind of stood back and went, "Oh my gosh, I don't have to take this crap." And she pushed me against the locker. She, huge crowd. She was one of those girls, and she like, "Yeah, go ahead, hit me. You want to hit me? Hit me." I clocked the crap out of her with a right hook, and never had any problem out of her anymore. Matter of fact, I didn't have a whole lot of problem with that whole clique after that. But it was just rage. It was rage. I was so tired of it that I clocked the crap out of her. And then it happened that aloha Trina. It happened that I was first chair flute and she was third chair flute, and she had to tolerate me all through high school. Yeah. Giving my daughter the tools to try to work through the situation made it worse. Ugh. Yeah, my brother did not defend me. He was some of the reason I had problems. You'd know if you'd understand if you met my brother. Okay, I need to pull a card for someone that never. I have a couple people that ask for a card, but one of them never. No, this deck never, ever, ever, ever. I don't think ever has asked me for a card. I'm always stepping in for my kids. I was known for being that mom that wouldn't put up with the no bullshit. Yeah, the same thing in clarinet at my school with me and my brothers. We won't go there. um, uh, so it came to the point where my kids, when they would get in trouble at school, and this is serious, this is like really serious, they would call the shop. We need a parent down at the high school, please. Please send Mr. Fry. No, 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 Mrs. Fry. No, 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 please, no, please, please send Mr. Fry. No, 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 please don't come down. Please don't come down here, Mrs. Fry. Just stay right where you're at. Mr. Fry will take care of it. No, 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 please, please. It was the funniest thing they did. No, Mrs. Fry, please don't come down. Please, please send Mr. Fry. Okay, this card right here is for Mr. Fry. Oh my gosh, Mr. Fry asked for a card. Yeah, we went to speak to Mr. Fry. And what's funny is Mr. Fry, they knew Mr. Fry would take them off of the school grounds, take them home, whoop their ass, take them back to school. They knew that was what was gonna happen, but they still didn't want me there, right? Mr. Fry, are you still on here? Mr. Fry, this is your card. Mr. Fry asked for a card, and he never does, ever, ever. We never read for each other. I don't read for anybody I know generally. Trust your path. Is Mr. Fry in the house? Paging Fry, Fry. Wait. Bueller, Bueller. I'm here, Mr. Fry. Trust your path. If you were supported in everything that you wanted to do, what would you do with it? If you were supported, I'm trying to read this like I'm not reading for my husband. If you were supported in everything that you could possibly do, how far would you go? What things would you reach out for that you don't think that you would have reached out otherwise? What would you extend yourself to do without the worry that somebody wouldn't stand behind you and say, I don't think you can do this? How far would you go? Because trusting your path is so, so important, especially at this time in your life. And your guides keep talking about showing I never read for Sam. Like, this is like a real rarity, you guys. Your guides show you walking on the beach and prosperity flooding every footstep. Every step you take fills up with green grass and water and flowers and turns into quite beautiful things. So trust your path because it's laid there in front of you every day in every way. New things, new miracles. Your guides actually say new miracles are laid in front of you all the time. And that they love how much you just grab a hold of things, because that is what has brought you to where you are today. The ability to see the miracles that are laid in front of you, and the, what is the word? Opportunities and the advantages that are laid in front of you. And then eventually that these things are going to lead forward and you're going to be helping other people learn them as well. Learn how to do the same thing that you're doing. I never read for Sam. Okay. Okay. I like this deck. All right. Good morning, Isis. This is for Nancy Bulliard. I swear I shuffled. You guys saw me shuffle, right? You guys saw me shuffled. Trust your path. Exact same thing, Nancy Bulliard. Exact same thing. Trust your path because there's beautiful things that are laid in front of you. Doubting yourself is not going to get you anywhere. You have to trust that things are laid in front of you. I think that's a big thing for you is trust. Not that you don't have help, but trusting in yourself and letting go of some notions about where you can step your foot and be prosperous and where you feel safe. And I think that's a big deal for you. You have to feel safe to move forward. You have to feel safe to move forward. And sometimes we just need to move forward and not worry so much about a safety net. Your guides say trust, trust, trust. Trust, trust, trust. Okay. If everybody could share one time, that'd be fabulous. I'd appreciate it. You know I love you. That reads your mind. Awesome. Lisa Augustine, are you still here? Lisa Augustine. Don't forget tonight's class, you guys, if you're in the membership, is on the second part of the business end of intuition. We're going to be talking about logos and web pages and all the really cool stuff, the creative stuff. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. If you're not part of the membership, you can go to mymysticallife.com and it will take you, you can go to click the membership button, $11.11 a month. We just gave away that really incredible amethyst specimen, right? Really huge amethyst specimen. And that one went to Carissa Van Camp. So the next month's one is, if you check the newsletter, you'll see the Shiva. Even if I have the Shiva here, you guys, it's way too big for me to be picking up and showing it to you guys. It's heavy. Shiva lingams are heavy, which doesn't matter when it comes to shipping because there's cubic shipping. So talk to you later, babe. Love you. Business end of intuition, part 2, right? And last night was Sam's healing session. So all of these things will be up on the membership, right? Okay. I did. She's like, yes, I'm here. Oh my gosh, Tanya, come visit, girl. I'll tell you what, we'll all go to that place. We'll flood that place for the seafood night. That was the best seafood we have ever had. And I'm hands down best seafood we've ever had. And we've been all over. And we were thinking, okay, well, we're judging this against St. Croix. Okay. No, kick St. Croix's ass. It was amazing. It was amazing. Okay, I have to do better on the weekends, though. I really do need to do better. Lisa Augustine. Lisa, there's some things in your life that you really need to start paying attention to and judging as to, is this worth it? Is all of this strife and trouble really going to benefit me in the long run? Am I going to get something from this on a soul level? Because there's some things you're just not grounded in, right? And it is about your own energies, something you're picking up from somebody else that you're just being very sensitive about. And actually, if it were me, I wouldn't take some stuff that needs to be let go like that. The only reason I say that is they're giving me this feeling that I want to get sick. It's like, this is not necessary. It doesn't need to be within your energetic field. Release it. Let it go. Let it be somebody else's problem. Let it be their own problem. I think you're overcompensating for somebody else. Like you're trying to be too supportive for somebody else and they're not being able to walk on their own as much. So make sure you're paying attention to that because you don't need to be somebody's safety blanket. Because it's depleting your energy. Somebody is taking some of your energy a little bit too much. Okay. First day of vacation. Yes, Aaron and Isis, come on. Come on. Well, let's get our house together first. we're working on that now. You've always been the giver. Yeah. Time to start receiving, Lisa. Ground yourself out. Talk to your guides. Figure out what you need emotionally, and then go for what you want. All right? We know what we need. Let's bring in what we need, but we want to go and overshoot that. We want what we want to come in and be abundance. And the first step is understanding that this is an issue. You're not, and saying I'm blocked from receiving creates a blockage, by the way. I am working on releasing and opening up to receiving. Okay? Ooh, and that's really important for you. You are working on receiving. You are going to be very good at receiving. I'm opening up to abundance. Right? Important stuff. Important stuff. Our words are powerful. Our words are powerful. All right, let's scroll through. I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. Kelly Hansen this morning. I'm so surprised that some of the Fry guys did not chime in on your personal wind turbine energy stuff, because my husband, by the way, and he's been super busy this weekend, is like the king of this stuff. He has ideas. Kelly Hansen. Okay. Hi. Hi. Okay. I really like this deck. I think my old deck is feeling lonely. I can't wait for my new desk to get here today. I don't want to put it together. I want to hire someone to put it together. It's too big. Yeah, he might have some ideas because him and Sam talk about it, but I think it has to do with Girish. I don't know. Here is your card, which I think is really quite beautiful. It is answer the call. What does your soul want you to be doing? And I think this is something you're working on. I feel like you have this pin in a map and you're going over here and over here and over here and over here and over here. You haven't found a place to put your pin yet. You haven't found what you feel totally drawn to do yet. So you're still figuring things out. And I also have to let you know that when you're out there and you're trying to figure things out, you don't have to be a master of every single one of them. This is what we're doing. We're trying to figure it out. You don't have to dive deep into every single thing unless it feels like it really calls to you. Because what happens is then you've filled your mind with so many different things that you're digging into, then your left brain is engaged a little too much and you're taking away the spirituality of it a little bit. So make sure you're digging into things that you really, really want to, that you feel pulled, but you don't have to dig into everything. You can stick your toe in and then step back. Yeah, it'll all work out. Oh, I have a jumper. I have a jumper. Okay. This is a full-size deck. This is the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle cards. We just got some really cool unicorn ones in and fairy ones in. I don't have them in the store yet. The store is down till the 15th as far as I know, unless I work faster or hire a secretary and get all the rest of the stuff in, because I'm trying not to open the store back up until I have photos of every single item and everything is in properly. I love this deck, Isis. I'm lucky to have it today because it's just a really great feeling deck. And it was one I wasn't going to purchase, and it came in my thing. I thought, oh wow, huh. Okay, all right. Oh, I like that deck too. All right. No, don't fall. You heard unicorns? Yes. I have. There's actually a couple of decks of unicorns, but this one is really fun. We have the Rebel deck now too. You'll be my secretary. I'm a horrible boss. Horrible, ruthless boss. Okay, I don't know. Well, hold on. I had a name picked. I'm going to shuffle again. Don't like that. Okay. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. You just need room and board and a flight. It's just a matter of Mr. Fry is going to be working on it as well. It is a matter of making sure everything's in, pictures are taken. It's this is for allergies here, you guys. I'm even on allergy meds. For Tara Shuley. I'm on allergy meds. It's kicking my ass. You're an overthinker. Where are you? Oh, you don't have a picture. Stop overdoing it. Stop overthinking. I'm trying to think of. Oh, you actually have guidance. You have somebody that's saying, "Hey, don't do what I did. Don't, make sure you slow things down. Make sure you're taking things by the moment." And I get the sense of clairalience where somebody has been popping in to your area and you might smell something that brings on a memory. That's the person that's trying to go slow down, pump the brakes, relax a little bit, enjoy life. Don't overthink things because what somebody said to you 10 days ago you don't have to keep rehashing that. I have one friend that she will replay conversations. I should have said this. What are you living in the past for? Don't live in the past, live in the right now. Now is important, not 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes from now. What you're doing is creating a huge sense of anxiety if you're doing that. So live in the moment, live in the here and the moment and the now. This is the important time, right? I brought all my decks. They're all in the other room, but these are all new decks that I have on here. I had them shipped directly to the house. I love it when Hay House has a sale. Makes me happy. Okay. All right. And don't forget, you guys, Tanya Lee's tarot class starts on the 16th, and you guys can find her link when she posts it on the feed if she's able to today. It's going to be an amazing class. I'm super excited about it. I have to slow my brain down and remember that is when it starts. And we are going to have a great time. I know that there are quite a few people that are on this feed that are in that class, and I am super excited. I have to get Mr. Fry signed up. He wants to take it. I'm taking it. I can't wait. There's no order, Shopaholic. I go with I'm glad that helps, Tara. I go with who my guides tell me to read for. So I will scroll through the feed, and then my guides say, pick this person here. Omega-3. I have to look it up. I have to get some. I'm dying here. Dying. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Tanya Hodges Sargison. Are you still here? This deck. Okay, fine. Tanya, are you still here? Yes. Okay, great. So I'm supposed to, local honey is something I'm going to be looking for. Thank you, Cindy. I'm looking for it. I just haven't gotten. We had some stuff going this weekend that we had to take care of. Where am I here? Tanya. Okay. So I feel like you have a moment. I feel like there's something to be watchful about, almost as if there's someone behind the scenes that's kind of waiting. Almost. Thank you so much, Tanya. Closes Friday. Okay, I have to get Sam signed up today. I feel like there's just someone behind the scenes that, on the outside, they're like, go for it, do it, wonderful. And on the inside, they just don't have the pull behind the energy that's in their words. And this is just somebody, actually, what I have to tell you about this person is this person needs you to send them some love, not worry about it, not be angry with them. They have some old occurrences that happened in their lifetime that make them jealous of you. And it's somebody that you see pretty regular, but they look at you and they go, why does this person have this and why don't I? Okay. And even if it might not be money, it might not be things, it might be something else that they feel like you have and they deserved. And there's just some old thoughts there and thought processes. And I'm not saying avoid them. I'm not saying be mad at them. I'm saying maybe they just need to hear how much you appreciate them and that you're glad that they're in your life, because they just feel a little slighted for some reason or another. I'm not quite sure what exactly this is about, but it's just like they need to feel a part of your energy, rather than if they feel a little bit more displaced than your outside your energy than brought in and incorporated. And I feel like it's somebody you see pretty regular. I don't know who it is or anything like that, but I just know that there's this person that feels like they're standing just outside your energy, looking in, going, I should have XYZ. And it's a time to show them love rather than exclusion. So I hope that makes sense to you. And if it doesn't make sense to you right now, they give me the number 7. So if it doesn't make sense to you, I hope that it starts to make sense to you soon, because they really, really need that hug. Yes, sometimes it is hard to send love when hurting, but it is the right thing to do. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Kim Davis. Kim Davis. Kim, I think okay, you think you don't have to say anything. You don't have to confront anybody, Tanya. Just tell them how much you appreciate and love them, and how can is there something I can do for you? Just show them that they're appreciated. Talk about a moment in time where you were there for me, and I really appreciate that kind of thing. Okay, I hope that helps. Kim Davis, I I want to say, and you actually type a question, and a lot of times I don't answer questions on here, right? You guys notice that, right? I don't go, oh, look, so and so wants to know, are they going to do this, or so and so loves them. I don't do that because I go with what your guides want you to know, and it isn't always what you think you need to know, right? You don't always, as meat suits in our human brain, we don't always really know what we need, and it's hard to say, right? Hard to understand, because it's beyond our human scope. But our guides always know what we need. So, but Kim, what I want to say to you is that's part of it right there, right there, right? You're overthinking spirituality or whatever you have going on in life. You're overthinking it. You're not leaning back far enough. And that's really what they're talking about. They're talking about leaning back. And I know that it has to do with angels, because I have Archangel Michael going, trust me, free fall, let it happen. Open your mouth and let come out what you need to have come out to move forward. Because I just feel like there's a little bit of a hold back. You're holding back on something, and it might feel a little alien. It might feel a little alien. Aliens. It might feel a little bit wonky for you, but the more you lean into what you desire and send positive energy to it, more prosperity that's going to come from it. And when you lean in and you go, oh my gosh, I'm scared, then you're giving more energy, even just in that visual. You lean into something with love. And then when you get scared, there's more energy in that. And that's where the fear comes from. Okay. I need you to lean in. I need you to trust. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine with so many different things. And this is they're talking about leaning into your guides and allowing energies to come in. But this translates into so many different things in life, not just what you think you're doing is it right. Right? And I'm supposed to pull you a card as well. I need to put the cards down and just read. I'm What is it about my cat that makes him think I want to sniff his butt? He really wants you to know him. He really wants you to know him, Phaedra. Okay. So you guys, if you are not part of the membership and you want to be, go to mymysticallife.com under membership. And tonight's class is on the business end of intuition. We also have another art class this month. We just did the healing session last night. Then we have, I have to pull my calendar out. What else we have? Kim, I'm not forgetting that. Friday's meditation, you guys, is this the centering of the Merkaba, the center of the Merkaba. Journeying to the center of the Merkaba with Archangel Metatron, right? He always does our meditations. They're all guided by him. I never know where we're going when we start. And by I know we're going to the Merkaba, but I don't know exactly what we're going to do. Next week, on the 14th, we're doing a chat class. Now, we did this last month, and it was a lot of fun, and we just got on and had ideas of what to talk about, and then we just went down different rabbit holes. Thought this was a blast. It was a whole lot of fun, so we're going to start incorporating this into our summer classes. The 21st is our next spirit art class. You're overthinking things, Kim? Okay. I understand. I do. The 21st is our next spirit art class, and then the 28th, we're talking about gnome homes and bringing in the earth energy into life. So these are just the classes that we have set up, and then we have a channeling session that's going to be recorded and put out, which I am going to get online today and ask you guys what we would like to ask. We're going to do it with Ashtar, and I will put out there to see what kind of questions you want asked, and then we'll record it, and you guys get to see the answers to your questions. So we have a bunch of stuff going on. I need to write some other stuff down. And let's pull Kim's card. All right. Squirrel. Okay. Kim's card. I had this one the other day. This is beautiful. And this really goes, you're overthinking a lot right now, Donna. I understand, right? There's so many things going on in life at the moment. And head you wanna. And look at even focused. I am at one with my soul. And this is really important for that reading. I'm one with my soul. I am comfortable. I am comfortable with what I need to do. Renee, the first one has instructions as well. Will the Spirit Arts class teach us how to do it if we missed the first class? Absolutely. They're two separate classes. And you can watch the first class too. It's no problem. It's just recorded. They're two separate classes. This one you're going to need puff paint and cardstock for. And I think we're going to continue incorporating some art types of things into the classes. So I want to do a eye covering class, a sacred eye covering class, if you guys are interested in it. And I will get kids together so you guys don't have to go sourcing stuff that has some beads. And I really like working with brain tanned leather. Sounds gross, I know. But it's a white leather, and I'll have different varieties of leather for this particular kit, and I'll make sure I have them available way in advance so you guys can order them if you want to. Or you can source your own leather and beads and things like that. But it's really beneficial, and a lot of shamans use eye coverings when they're meditating, but I like the leather aspect of it because it's very natural materials. I always make sure that they're natively sourced. I try to buy from native sources, and the leather actually really blocks stuff out. You can put a cloth on and you'll still see a light, but when you put a leather eye covering on, oh, it is really amazing. Puff paint and cardstock. Prefer for a glossier cardstock rather than a matte, but it's sometimes hard to find it. You might find it in the poster board area, in the smaller poster board. Yes, puff paint is fabric paint. Not all fabric paint is puff paint though. You can buy them in packs at Walmart. I have a video. I'll put up. So, but I bought something this weekend. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I bought something this weekend. I don't have any here, but I bought one anyways. We're gonna go this weekend. there's a Native American flautist in Santa Fe, and he just really plays beautifully. And we walked into his store. It was native instrument store, and I was looking for a harder beater. The density of the beater itself changes the tone on the drum. And for my great big drum, I have a real fluffy beater, which kind of gives it a boom, 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 boom. And I wanted to have a crisper bump, 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 bump. So I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh. And the guy's like, it was funny. He goes, the 4 colors represent the 4 colors of the medicine wheel. Yes, it does. Thank you. And I would have loved to sat and talk to him for a while, but he was super busy that day. But I think we can add some different spiritual type of tools to some of our classes, and I think that'll be fun. So you guys, I am offering one 30-minute and 1 hour spiritual tutoring. So it's not readings, it is intuitive development tutoring. Because everybody's an intuitive, it is just a time where we sit and we talk one-on-one about what your clairs are and how to move forward. And I do have those available. I don't hardly ever talk about the services that I do offer, but they are on mymystical.life.com under services, and you can book one-on-one tutorship. I am going to open up probably next month 2 readings. So when those come out, they go really quickly, which I'm so blessed for. They go really, really quickly, and they will be available next month. I just have to get more stuff here, my desk set up, and all of that stuff. Because we've only been here a week. It feels like I've been here a month now. We've done so much running, and we've had so much fun here already. But I do need to be set up. You guys would be, it was a nightmare behind me here. I have a printer, and I have cards, and I have stuff, and ugh. So, anyways, so make sure you guys go like My Mystical Life. I think they now have a little bell thing that'll let you know when we're online that says follow. And if you want a one-on-one chit chat about what your intuitive skills are and how to increase them, you can go sign up at mymysticallife.com under services. And I'm going to pull one more card. How are the bugs out here? Not bad. The bugs are not bad. The only thing that I have seen that I am not, and I'm talking about severely not a fan of, are fire ants. I have a horrible fire ant. I get goosebumps just looking at them because I've had situations with them before. So I will be systematically, I don't know what to do about them, but they're not going to be in my yard. Oh, no, I can't take it. I just thinking about it, I get goosebumps. I was almost sent to the hospital by him. I jumped into 2 huge mounds one day. No. Okay. Menrique. Am I saying it right? Menrique? I'm saying it wrong. Vero. Menriquez. Menriquez. Yeah. I'm not doing that fire ant thing. Menriquez. Do not like the ants. I would love to have a flute, a drum, and a rattle, but my budget says no. Yeah, some of them are really pricey. Some of them are really, really pricey. I'm looking for a drum shop here because I would like to get my husband a drum. Veronica. Okay. Veronica Orthine. I'll have to look into it. I will. I'm mean about those things. Veronica. Beautiful card. Queen of the Wilderness, the language. Okay. I was going to read before I read the card, so I'm going to do that anyways. So I want to talk about clear audience. I want to talk about your self-talk. I want to talk about the things that you're hearing from other people as well, because I feel like there's something out there that just isn't ringing with you. You're kind of like, I don't like that. I don't like that. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to like everybody else's ideas and everybody else's ideas for you as well. Because sometimes we get into situations where we're like, oh, you know what? I don't believe the way you believe, but I'm going to go follow that train anyways. And you know, at the beginning of this today, we talked about finding your own identity and being your own self and all those things. And I really think that you could find a lot more of your own self by turning inward, doing meditation. I'm a huge advocate of meditating. I think it's or journey work, shamanic journey work. It is the way to find out what our higher self wants us to know, and that's what your guides are saying. Hey, let's work with our higher self, and you have a lot of elemental energy with you. So the Queen of the Wilderness here, Diana. By the way, this is Artemis, right? This is Artemis, you guys. So we work with Artemis a lot, but she prefers to be called Diana. Absolutely. So this is this, and the reason I'm talking about that is because this is important. I know her as Artemis, but she prefers something else, right? So you may like, they may like one thing for you, but you prefer something else. Do that other thing. Be who you want to be. The language of the natural world is the frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So you have a lot of elemental energy that goes with you. And when I say that, I mean that a lot of gnome energy, a lot of earth energy. So walking out in the barefoot, yeah, it's going to be in the mail today, Diana. Walking out barefoot, going out, hug a tree, find the vibration that resonates with you, because I feel like you're vibrating up here, over here, and all over there, and you should be right here with the beat of Mother Earth. And I know that sounds hooky and maybe woo-woo, but you could be resonating on such calmer level with a lot of security within your energetic field and your confidence level by listening to your inner tones. And I actually hear the drum beat. And when I hear a drum beat, I know that that means that somebody is starting to figure things out. The pieces are starting to fall into place. I'm not yet hearing my soul song. When I hear the soul song, I know that means that person's found their way. You're working on your path, figuring out who you need to be, who you want to be. And it's not necessarily who people tell you you should be, right? That's awesome. I actually found a great flute type guy on Facebook, so much more than a flute, many intuitive life lesson videos. Really? Renee, thank you. Yeah, she's an amazing energy. A lot of star seeds walk very closely to Artemis, Diana, because when you're meditating, when you're doing journey, she is your kind of like your gateway. So figure myself out. Yeah, see, yeah, you need to figure out who you are instead of letting other people tell you what path to walk. Absolutely. Um, but Diana, Artemis is the gateway to working with Pleiadians. She is the Pleiadian light, basically. Hey, Ellie Coyle. Hey, 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 how are you? And with that, you guys, I am going to go finish class so that I have it all set up for tonight and do some inventory, get some stuff done, make my husband dinner for the night. So I will talk to you guys later. I will see class members at 7 p.m. Central, right? 7 p.m. Central. Sorry, Veronica, that's what they want you to know. That's sit with that, and I think it's very relevant to the relationship. So their information is probably there. You're just kind of like, nah, no, I want to know that. But it's there. The information's in that reading. So I'm going to go do some stuff, you guys, some stuff and some things. And I will see class members tonight. If you are interested in being a member, you go to mymysticallife.com and click membership. And then I will see you guys then. It is the second class in the business end of intuition. We're talking about logos tonight. We're talking about logos, branding, and web pages. So everybody have a wonderful afternoon. If you haven't liked, followed, and shared, please do so. We always appreciate it. And everybody have a blessed afternoon. All right, guys. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.